and welcome to Crows Live. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you are here in the room or streaming from the website. It is so nice to have your company. My name is Emily Beaton and I'll be your host as we head straight down to the rooms and catch up with the stars of the show. And standing by, we have Nick Murray. Nick, congrats on your return to the side. How are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a bit of a relief to get through the game unscathed. Was obviously really good, and obviously for the Drought Sport match, I really wanted to get in for this one. Knee felt really good, and obviously the boys had a good win. So yeah, all in all, it's a great result.
Not a bad one to come back into, keeping them goalless to half-time. What was the talk before the game? You guys came out absolutely firing. Yeah,
we obviously knew their contest work was good. They were very good off post. And they obviously had some dangerous key forwards, so if we could take them out of the game, it's going to give us a good chance. And I think we did that really early on and set the tone. And a lot of our good players were able to, I guess, win off the back of that. And it was a really good four-quarter performance.
How did you feel getting back into it? It's obviously been a while since you've been out of the main side, come back through the sample. How did you feel coming out in there?
Yeah, felt really good. Obviously, it was a good game to come back for. As you said, it's been a pretty hard, 18 months with the ACL and then to come back and then have a few setbacks, but the knee felt really good and the boys are doing such a good job down there. I can sort of slot in, just play my role and not have too much pressure on me.
You mentioned before it is drought relief. You were doing the sport for the drought relief. You were one of the drivers of that. How great is it to be able to shine a light on what is happening in these country areas at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, shout out to the Crows for sort of getting behind the cause and helping me out with a few of these clinics. It's massive. I think a lot of people in the city see this rain coming down now. I think it's all done, but a lot of these guys are still really hurting. So, I think I've mentioned a few times, obviously we can't bloody help them out financially or bring rain down, but if they've had a good time their last 3 to 4 hours, then hopefully we've played our part.
Chat to us about some of the stories you've heard or even your own experiences farming as well. What has it been like for everyone who is doing it tough?
Yeah, it's been bloody shocking. A lot of guys are still having to feed out sheep when there should just be nice green grass for them to feed on. There was a guy that Ned and I went out to a footy club in Karoonda, and the president said he had to resow a lot of his seed because he'd had wind and bad conditions where it just absolutely stuffed the crop. So, and then on a smaller scale, Ned and I still having to feed sheep. Obviously, it's not our main source of income, but I think that just shows how much of an impact and how hard it is on a lot of these guys.
You had a coaching clinic at Clare during the week. How was that to actually get out there amongst the people that are struggling at the moment? Yeah,
it was great. I feel like country people appreciate it a lot because we're not obviously able to get out there a lot of the time. So, to get out there, amongst the kids and amongst some of these parents and just have some good conversations was really pleasing. There's obviously another one coming up in Mannum this week, which should be a really good turnout as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
What did today look like with the club and the support that they have shown? I heard that you had some farmers actually come through today.
I'm not 100% sure. I think there were some farmers on the sidelines when we were going out to the banner. I know the club or the government got 2,000 tickets for a lot of these farmers to sign up for. So, I haven't seen too many around, but I'm sure they would have been in the crowds having a beer, enjoying it, so it's good.
Back to footy. How great is your backline gelling at the moment, and how did it feel just slotting back in there?
Yeah, I actually made a comment to Jack Hinch at half-time just how well those boys have gelled together compared to, the first couple of rounds. Those boys have played a lot of footy together, got some continuity, and I was sort of slotting back in, and a lot of times I was about to go for it, but Woz or Keeney, these big guys are already talking, being proactive with voice and positioning, so it's made my job a lot easier to come back in.
I guess that is one of the things about your side this year. It has been that connection that you guys have got. You all get around each other. Your intensity in every game is exceptional. Is that something that you look for every single week?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of us have matured together. There's obviously some tough years, the last 3 or 4 where we haven't been able to get the wins on the board. I think we've really grown in that time, and this year's year where we've really shown what we can do. A lot of those guys are hitting the sort of 40 to 60 mark at AFL games, and people say that once you get to there, that's when you really start to mature, and I think we're putting it out on the field.
Someone who's well beyond those game numbers is Tex Walker. Tell us what you thought about that snap that he took from the pocket. He had a pretty good celebration afterwards as well. What were your thoughts on it?
Oh, yeah, he's a pretty special player. We're going to miss him when he ends up retiring. Sort of once the footy's in his hand, you don't know what he's going to do, but it makes our job as defenders really easy when those guys are firing up forward.
And also the pressure that the forwards are putting on to keep the ball in there, the intercept marks that they're taking. How great is that to see as a defender that they can get straight back in it?
Yeah, definitely. I think our ability to play front half footy has been exceptional. As you said, those forwards are putting on pressure and they're either skyballing it up and our guys are either able to kill spoil or intercept mark and we're able to penetrate back in. So, we're really connecting well as a group and hitting some form come the good time of the year.
Looking ahead, you've got the Showdown next week. On the ladder, it looks like you guys should do it easy, but we know how much emotion this brings. How are you feeling ahead of that?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of heat in Showdowns, and I wasn't able to play the one this year out with injury, so I'm really excited to look forward to that round. As you said, not that Port are in finals contention, but they always bring the heat, and it's a really exciting game, so I'm really looking forward to it.
You're kind of into the run home now, 5 games left. 3 of those are with bottom 8 sides. You've got to feel like you're in pretty good stead for that premiership race as it hots up.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty cliche answer, but we're just taking it one week at a time, and we'll look forward to Port next week, and should be an exciting game.
Thanks so much for joining us, Nick, and congrats with all that you've done for drought relief. It's been great to have your company.
No worries, thank you.
And we'll be back with more after a little break.
Don't forget you can join Brodie Smith, Ebony Marinoff and Mark Thomas every Sunday morning on Triple M from 9 a.m. You can also download the podcast on Listening.
Crows fans, get game day ready with the Adelaide Crows official home and clash kits on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today and show your true colours. Available in-store and online at shop.afc.com.au.
And we'll head back down to the rooms now where Wayne Miller is joining us. Wayne, congrats on an exceptional game. How did you read it out there?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good game. I thought we come out very strong and played our way for the first half and really set the game up. I thought, the guys, it was a very even contribution from everyone. Everyone just played their role, and I thought, like I said, our first half really set us up.
What was the week like leading into this? Because as you said, the start was so sleek and clean from you guys. What was the lead into the game? Was it something that happened today? Was it the entire week, or you just feel like you guys are on song?
Yeah, I think it definitely is the lead up to the week. I think we just had a big focus, as we do every week. We had to look at their strengths and how we can stop them bringing their game, and I thought we really did do that for probably 3 quarters. The third there where we probably let them come into the game a little bit. But yeah, we really narrowed on winning the contest and, off of post footies, not letting them get speed off it and killing balls. And I thought it was very well done for the majority of the game.
How amazing was it to see that you could actually keep them to goalless to half-time? What was it that you actually did to be able to stop them? How can you explain it to us about what was happening down there?
Yeah, look, we just stopped their game, our pressure from our forwards, our mids, enabled them to give us dirty ball down back, and I thought down back we was able to compete very well. So if they didn't really mark it, we was bringing it to ground, and then we was able to inflict off that and hurt them the other way. So I thought it was a really well team-rounded game from the pressure from the mids and the forwards, and then the backs just cleaning up and doing the thing.
Talking about the team, down back, you guys really are a team within the team. How much do you guys talk about that, focus on that, and really bring that connection to all of you down in the back line?
Yeah, I guess you just work on it as the season goes on and during trainings, and I think we're really building a good group all together as a 23 and as a squad. But yeah, I definitely think our backs group is a tight-knit group, and we get plenty of support from the mids, like I said, and the forwards doing it, and we get a lot of support as well from the wingers. So it's all connected, but we're able to. The big boys I thought were outstanding today in stopping King and Walter. Muzz and Kenny was excellent. So it was a great team effort, like I said, and the boys down back was good.
Chat to us about those boys, the big boys that you just talked about. How amazing have they been to really take it up? We know how much of a threat, especially King, is back there. How proud were you of them?
Yeah, definitely, and that was a big focus on during the week from us down back. Particularly was King and Walter really they're higher targets inside 50, so we knew the ball was going to come to them a fair bit. And yeah, Keeney and Muzz had the work cut out from today, but I thought they were outstanding. And yeah, Joshua Worrell coming across and helping out as well. So yeah, the big boys done their job and allowed us smalls down on the ground to get to work.
You've been around the side for a while. Can you chat to us about what's different with this year and how things are feeling in comparison to other years?
Yeah, I think our game's just, gelling real well at the moment. We're sort of well-rounded. We've got that contest I feel like we've always had for quite some time now. But, we're adding our offence, which, again, we had for some time, and the defence as well is all coming together. And we're able to, defend first and then be able to go off that and score and inflict off some turnovers. And I think it's all just a well-rounded game, and, all the boys are really connected, and I feel like we're building a lot of trust within the group, within each other. So that's probably a couple of things that I feel like, every week we know that we're going to get something from the person standing next to us. We trust in each other's roles.
It also looks like it's great fun out there. We all know that winning is fun, but how much are you enjoying your footy?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely fun winning games of footy, and I think even more importantly, winning by a process and stuff we work on during the week. And when we get that right, it's even more funner because we know we've worked on it, and some people might not see it in the stand, but that brings us more joy as well.
You yourself, you've had to work back with a knee injury. How's your body feeling? Are you feeling like you're in good nick at the moment leading into this pointy end?
Yeah, I'm definitely, I think probably first month or so, I just not struggled, but just was getting back to the speed of it and just sort of match fitness. But I feel now that I'm working pretty well, and I think it's credit to our gym staff and our physios and all of our high performance who put the work into me over the last year or so, 3 years really, which has helped me this year.
You guys have gone to outright third. You're just one game behind Collingwood with a better percentage. Do you feel like you've got a sniff at that top spot now?
Look, I think, it's pretty cliche, but, we're just going to focus on, week to week. And, it is nice, but, we'll keep our head focused, and we've got a big game next week, Showdown, so that'll be our main goal next week, is to come hard and play that well, and then we'll focus on the ladder when it gets to the pointy end.
Talking about the Showdown, chat to me a bit more about it, about the emotion involved, and does it feel like a mini final? We know that they're not having the season they would have wanted, but how does it feel leading into that? Are you fired up, ready to go? Yeah,
definitely. I think we'll enjoy this win probably today and a little bit tomorrow, and then we're back in the club there tomorrow. So we'll get to work and review the game, and then move on to Port, which we know Showdown's always a hard games, and we'll be looking forward to that one for sure.
Do you expect them to come out firing? I guess, today's game probably we expected it to be a lot closer than it was. Next week, if you were just looking purely on ladder, you expected you guys to have it easy. It never seems that way with a Showdown. What do you expect?
Nah, definitely. They're never easy Showdowns. They're always tight, and, like that finals contested footy. So, we'll definitely expect them. They always come out and bring their best on finals, just as we do. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure the rest of the boys will be looking forward to a tough game as well.
You're one of the senior guys in the side. Chat to me about leadership and your role within that. Are you taking that kind of leadership role within the side?
Look, I sort of got a different probably leadership style to most, and I think it's a bit by action and, just being authentic in how I am. And if I see stuff, I say it, but, I wouldn't say particularly I'm gelling towards leadership or anything, but I just sort of do what I can in that sense.
And what do you love most about how the side is playing? We've chatted about how connected the side is, how much you guys are getting around each other, but what is it that you're loving the most?
I'm just loving the fun we're bringing and the joy we're bringing to each game. We're all the little things that we're celebrating, and we're big on the Crows way. And if you're seeing that, boys picking each other off the ground, celebrating small things that are spoiled out of bounds. I think it's bringing energy and fun to our game, and then we're playing off that.
Last question, what actually is the Crows way? Can you expand on that for us, or is that a secret?
No secret. Just like I said, the little things, a smother, a spoil over the line, a run-down tackle, just little picking each other off the ground, just small things like that don't seem big, but we've got a big emphasis on that, and it brings everyone up and joy.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Wayne. Congrats on a great game.
No worries, thank you.
and we'll be back in a moment with more.
Welcome to the Crows Show.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a philosophy around the Crows way, we call it at the moment.
Just had a massive focus on taking the game on a bit more.
Welcome to the segment.
Mate, this is pretty nice in here, wowee.
This is actually really nice.
Obviously, we've got some challenges coming up, but yeah, to get a few wins on the board early is really nice.
Thanks for joining me, Chelsea.
My pleasure.
Can't wait to see you back in action later in the year.
Thanks for having me on.
If they can get enough supply, the Adelaide forward line should kick a big score.
Well, now it's time for the 7 News Distant Replay. Let's take a look back at how 7 News covered major moments.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Crows Longest Drive competition.
Don't forget you can catch the Crows Show right here on 7, 11 a.m. every Sunday morning. Bye for now.
And we'll go back down to the rooms. We're joined by backline coach Jack Hinch. Jack, congrats on an awesome game, especially from your backline. How did you read the game?
Yeah, super result. Like really pleased. Obviously, they're a very good side, Gold Coast, and we knew they were certainly. We obviously got on top in that first half, and then they threw a few punches in the second half. We knew they were going to come, but look, really pleased. Full team performance, and that's the best way to get those sort of results.
Got to ask, were you surprised that they were scoreless at half-time, or is that what you expected as the backline coach? You had no doubt at all that your boys could do it?
Look, obviously, yeah, as a defensive coach, you're really pleased going into half-time with that scoreline, but, you know, I think we were probably a little bit lucky with some wayward kicking as well from them. They had opportunities, and they certainly presented themselves with chances to score, so we knew, you know, the second half probably reflects the scoreline a bit better, that they're too good a team to not hit the scoreboard. So they got a lot of weapons down there, but very pleased. Obviously, Keeney did a superb job. He was a key back for us, and it was great to have Nick Murray back in the side alongside Joshy Worrell. So having those three bigs, thought they played really well together tonight.
After that third quarter, where they did get a bit of a run on, kicked 5 goals, what was the message after that? Was there any concern whatsoever?
Oh, yeah, always a bit of concern. Like, you know, they got so much talent across their team, and coming off the result that they had the week before, you know, you can't take it lightly no matter how. There's still a half a footy to be played. So, you know, we just had to tighten up a few defensive things, and we wanted to sort of rectify a bit of our ball use as well in that second half to try and get the game on our terms a little bit. But credit to them, they did really come out after half-time firing.
We know you guys had such a hot start. Would love to know, what was the plan during the week leading into the game?
Yeah, we you know, this week we've very much, I think it's very publicly known, we've lived in a week-to-week focus, and we've probably found, you know, the last couple of months or so that what's important to us, and, you know, the contest, most teams it is important, but, you know, if you can really zero in on the contest, whether that be at stoppage or in the aerial battle as well, and if you can win more aerial contests, you generally get a chance to send the ball your way, and we've got a pretty potent forward line to give them chances. So that was always going to be key. Make sure we're not losing too many aerial or ground level battles across the day. And then we saw today with a bit more of an even spread of our goal kickers. You know, it was Alex Neal-Bull, and I thought he was outstanding. His work rate that he's brought all season, but then ability to hit the scoreboard as well, come off the back of some really good team defence.
We know that the forward line has been exceptional. How much does that play into you guys week to week? You've got incredible forwards, incredible backs. Do you feel like you're raising each other just at training every week?
Yeah, they're good. Like, you know, especially at training, the forwards and backs get to go head-to-head at training most weeks. So it's good learning for each other, getting the chance to sort of, you know, our key defenders playing on Fog, Tex and Filthy at training certainly prepares them really well for the weekend's game. You know, still quite a young group, and they're just starting to hit their straps, sort of play a lot of footy together, get a bit more connection, and, you know, it's been great to see their growth so far this year, but there is still a long way to go. You know, we're at round 18, 19, it's sort of not really, still got another 5 weeks to go to the end of the season. There's a lot of footy to be played. We've got to make sure we sort of, as a group, just keep our heads down and keep bottling, you know, the things that are working for us at the moment in games.
Talk about that improvement. Where have you seen the biggest improvement throughout the whole side this year? Because you guys are building beautifully.
Yeah, I think connection's one we talk about, but I think like an on-field connection, we've been pretty stable with the group we've had out there, and, you know, they're starting to hit their straps. They're playing good footy together, and you generally find that when you get a group of players played that 40 to 50 games of footy together, you can sort of understand what the bloke next to you is doing. I think that plays a big part in it. And I think we go back to the contest too. Like, we've really embraced that this year and understood the importance of that, and as we've touched on, to give our forwards a chance to kick a score for us.
We know you've been talking about week to week, but surely you looked ahead a couple of weeks ago. Bulldogs, Suns, 2 weeks in a row. How good is it to get these 2 tough wins back to back?
Yeah, big result, like, absolutely. I think the ladder's obviously pretty sort of stacked, so, you know, if you're playing a top 8 side, you've got to really, you know, they're big important games, but, you know, at this point of the year, as I said, 5 to go, every game's worth 4 points, and they're all just as important in the long run. So, you know, we'll zero in next week, obviously, the Showdown coming up, so that's still only worth 4 points, but we know that's a massive game on the calendar for both sides in Adelaide. So, again, you review this, you look at this, go, big tick tonight, come in tomorrow, and then you've got to go, okay, we've got to do it again against Port Adelaide. So we're still very much maintaining that narrow focus of week to week, because it's going to be really important just to make sure we finish these last few games off really well.
Looking ahead, you do have the next 2 games at home. We know the Showdown is up first, but how much of it is it having this advantage of Adelaide over? You guys play so well here. How much are you loving it?
Oh, it's great. We always love, like, playing home for one, but just Adelaide Oval, in my opinion, is clearly the best stadium in Australia. I love it, and I know the players do, and even today to have nearly, I think it was 45,000 on a Sunday twilight games, incredible support for the players, and they really appreciate it. And, you know, our results at home this year have been really strong on the back of the support we're getting from our fans. So keep it up. It's going to be really important to drive us home for the rest of the year.
Last question from me. Who stood out to you in the back line? We know you probably don't want to play favourites, but if you could pick a best from your group, who was it?
I thought they were all pretty good. I really liked, you had him on before, but Wayne Miller's game. You know, it's great. Number of times we can get the ball in his hand. He defends really well for us, but he's so potent for us in the offensive game. So we do love sort of getting the ball in Wayne's hands, and, you know, he showcased that today.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for joining us, Jack. Congrats on an amazing game.
No worries. Thank you.
And as we said, next week is Showdown 58, and we're going to leave you with some behind the scenes from earlier this year.
How are we going, guys? Thank you, gents. Good. How about you?
Ready to go, mate. Ready to go.
Jumps back in, feeds it out. Trip. Oh, the best shot here. Isaac Rankin inside to Rochelle. That's to lead Showdown 57 at half-time, and he's got it. Through the middle, launches long. Finlayson gets there. Against the grain. Is that a game saver? Is that the Showdown moment? But there won't be timing off. It's one of the all-time great Showdowns.
Chippies. Chicken burger. Chippies. What do you want, chop or chicken burger? Chicken burger.
Wow. Right, when it was time for us to get it done, we got it done. That then put us in a position where it's like, okay, I've got to hang on against the team going on tilt. We will look at that during the week.